Have you heard of vibe coding? It means using AI to code for your ideas. You just describe what you want, the interaction, the experience, and you let AI do the rest. I'm Gigi, short for Garima Gupta, and I started my career as a software engineer. I can still read code, but writing it, not my thing anymore. But with AI, that's not a problem. Even if you've never written a single line of code before, you can now create new apps, build new experiences with AI. And most major LLMs or large language models can do this. So today I'm running a little test. I'll give the same prompt to three large language models. Same task, same requirements. And then we'll compare the result and we'll see what they built for us. Ready? Let's do this. The first tool I want to try is Gemini. Gemini 2.5 Pro, supposed to be really good at coding. So we'll give it a task and we'll see what happens. I'm going to create a L&D Intake app. So let's say that create an L&D Intake app. We want to ask user some questions. So ask the user. We can click open on this little arrow here to see what Gemini is doing in the background. And it is building the code out for us. Let's give it some time. There we are. And it also explains how to use this code. So it says save the code above as an HTML file and open it in a browser. So let's do that. I'm going to copy the code, open a notepad file, and paste the code in that. You can use any other code editor, but everybody has Notepad. So let's try Notepad right now. We'll save it as a HTML file. So we'll give it a name and make sure that it ends in .html. And you have to change the file type here from .txt to all types so that it saves as a HTML file, not as a text file. Okay, we're all good. Let's test this thing. There it is. It's a custom L&D intake form, just as we asked. Asks for your name, learning topic, learner profile, and a bunch of other drop-down items. And we'll probably give you some recommendations based on what we said here. Let's try it. And I'm going to fast forward this part to spare you seeing my typing. And here is the output. Now, this is cool, definitely better than anything I could have coded myself. But let's say we wanted something else. We wanted to provide a secondary recommendation as well. So we can go back and ask it. It will tweak the existing code and provide us the updates. So we can save it again. I'm going to save it as another file, and then we can see how that renders. And it says primary VILT, secondary recommendation e-learning. Perfect. Now let's try this exact same thing in ChatGPT. We'll put the same prompt here, and ChatGPT will start coding for us. There it goes. It's the same spiel. We'll save the HTML code in a notepad file. Make sure it says .html. And then we open it in a browser, and let's take a look at this. Not very impressive. It looks extremely basic. I want it to look more interesting. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT, just like we did for Gemini, and ask it to make it visually more appealing. So you see, working with AI requires collaboration. It requires continuous sort of communication with AI in order to get the final product that you want. And here it is. And you will notice that it is exactly the same mechanics, but looks so much better. I could have also given it our brand colors or more instructions, and it would have done better. Okay, our next AI contender is Canva. Now, I'm excited for this because Canva is known for its visual design and it just recently came out with Canva Code. So let's see how that pans out. Again, exactly same prompt, and right away Canva starts building the code. You will see that the interface is quite different, and we can see the code being built in the canvas here, which by the way Copilot also does quite well. Now, one of the things that makes Canva different here also is that instead of just giving us the code, it's showing us preview. So we can actually see how it looks like without having to save it as a HTML file. Let's see how this looks. It's actually quite beautiful, isn't it? And it is multi-step. It's a really good user experience. I think we have a winner. Okay, another great thing with Canva is that you can publish this in a design on the web. So I don't have to, one, save it as a HTML file, or to put it in a server somewhere to share it with people. I can do all of that from right within the app. And so what I have done for you guys is I published this, and the link is going to be shared in the comments so you can actually try it yourself. So how did you like the experiment? Pretty cool, right? Now, why don't you try it? If you build something, drop the link in the comments. I'd love to see what you come up with.